Coconut oil. If you're like many people, you might have a favorable impression. Maybe you think it's amazingly healthy, but is it? So why the rise in popularity? Well, one reason is the popularity of plant-based diets, especially vegan diets. Now, coconut oil is a good fat for cooking. It's solid like butter, but unlike butter, it's not an animal fat. And you can see how solid it is. It's great for certain types of cuisines and for some baking. I love the smell of it. It smells like the beach to me. But I'm going to give you information based on the science so you can make the best, most informed choice. Coconut oil is a fat, and like all fats, it has 9 calories per gram. And like all oils, has about 120 calories per tablespoon. To understand, though, some of the hype, we need to talk about the chemical structure. Now, the technical name for fats that we eat are called triglycerides. And here is a triglyceride molecule. A triglyceride molecule consists of a backbone of glycerol and 3 individual fatty acids. Now, these fatty acids can differ in several ways. They can be saturated or unsaturated. You've probably heard those terms before. Saturated have no double bonds, and unsaturated have 1 or more double bonds. They can be mono or polyunsaturated fatty acids. Coconut oil, though, 92% of these are saturated fatty acids and have no double bonds. And that's what makes saturated fat so solid at room temperatures. Now, other saturated fats that you're probably familiar with include full-fat dairy products like whole milk and cheese and butter, as well as some other animal fats like the marbling in meat and the skin on chicken, as well as another tropical oil like palm oil. Now, another way that these fats differ is by their length. There are short, medium, and long-chain fatty acids. Most of the fatty acids in our diet are long-chain fatty acids that have more than 14 carbons in length. Coconut oil is different. 60% of the fatty acids are medium-chain fatty acids, and 40% are the long-chain fatty acids. And that's where you hear a lot of the hype, because of the medium-chain fatty acids. Now, medium-chain fatty acids are they're water-soluble and are a quicker source of energy because they're smaller molecules and are more easily metabolized. There is research on health benefits on medium-chain fatty acids. However, the research is not done on coconut oil, it's done on MCT oils, medium-chain triglyceride oils. These are not coconut oils. They're oils that have fatty acids that are 8 and 10 carbons in length. And this is the profile of coconut oil. Look at it. The majority of the fatty acids are 12 carbons in length, 75% of them, not the shorter 8 and 10 carbons. And this 12 carbon fatty acid is actually called lauric acid, and some research shows it is metabolized more like a long chain fatty acid, so not metabolized like the shorter chains in MCT oils. We can't extrapolate that coconut oil acts the same or has the health benefits of MCT oils. Coconut oil is not the same as MCT oil. So, should you use coconut oil? Well, my answer, you might be surprised, yes, no, maybe. I have a client who's a vegan, and she eats no animal products at all and very few saturated fats in her diet. So coconut oil might be a very fine choice as adjunct to her olive oil. On the other hand, I have a client who enjoys a higher protein way of eating and doesn't shy away from butter and cheese and higher fat animal meat. So no, I wouldn't recommend that she consume coconut oil. So, and all leading health organizations, by the way, recommend that we eat less than 10% of our total calories from saturated fats, and that comes out to less than 20 grams per day. And there are 11 grams of saturated fat in a tablespoon. This is about 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. And that's typically a recommendation that you'll hear. And that's over the 22, that's over the 20 grams recommended. Average American consumes about 26 grams of saturated fat. So no, don't eat it. Yes, should you eat it? Well, we need to look at people as individuals and evaluate on an individual basis. But don't expect the health benefits that you often hear. So there you have it, coconut oil. Its popularity in large part due to marketing and comparisons to MCT oil, which it is very much unlike. It's a highly saturated fat. It's fine for some, but it's not for everyone. Again, coconut oil is not the same as MCT oils. Thanks for watching Neely on Nutrition, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.